When I was 18, you know, I wanted this life, and now I have it.
As I was walking back from the liquor store, the goal I had in mind was to somehow, I have no idea how, make $1 million. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I think that's part of the fun, is that you guys would kind of be in on my journey toward making that happen. So yeah.
So when I was 18, I basically wanted everything that I have right now. I have this spot, you know, large luxury spot right on the beach in California. I've got an amazing, beautiful, loyal girlfriend. I've got friends that are geniuses, creatives, multimillionaires all over the world, that if I travel to Dubai or Mykonos or Bali, I have somewhere to stay, I have friends, I have connections, I know the right dinners to go to, like everything set up around the world. I have made a couple $1 million businesses. I get to wake up and do whatever the hell I want all the time. It's very simple. My business is very simple. I have no employees, no team, and I'll make several $1 million this year. Well, it's funny because like the video that you just played was like exactly
where I'm at now. It's 5 years ago, and I'm like, I know I'm here, and I'm probably not leaving. So it's for my future self. So like maybe you'll look.
We've been in that chapter for 5 years.
Yeah, I think it's just like as simple as like you feel something intensely, you journal it, you communicate it, and you document it in a wide format video for YouTube. And then you can recreate that idea on short form. But I think we need to start thinking long form again, wide. And like, there needs to be a balance of talking videos and not talking videos. It needs to be this flow state action where you can spill into that flow state. When you're sitting there talking, it's kind of stagnant.
Yeah.
And nobody likes that stagnation. So it's almost like you need to capture this energy of stagnation in a non-stagnant way.
Yeah.
You need to be moving in some sort of flow. I mean, look, if you connected the DJI mic right now,
yeah, this would be cool.
us talking, this would be pretty
I was thinking. You have a lot of good.
magic.
You have a lot of good like sound bites on all this shit because you're just like so masterful at everything.
What do you mean?
Like you've just been doing this for so long. It's like when we go and talk about like one little bit of info, it's like your take on it is just like, yeah, but like there's this and that.
Right,
and
there's
that.
so much like research and development that went into
Yeah.
it, like throughout the years of like non-implementation. That's just theory.
Oh fuck! What happened?
Yeah, I feel like one of the secrets.
I think a secret is not breaking the fourth wall. Actually, wait, never mind. No, Sam Sulek's breaking the fourth wall all the time.
Sam Sulek breaks it, but then he also comes back to it. So it's like when he has
Yeah.
something important, he looks at the camera and he's like, "Whoa."
But it's that.
But
the
you
way
can't
that kid
consistently
did it was wrong.
look.
What did you say about the way that kid did it? It was just the shot angle was bad.
Yeah, like he did it unflattering, and he did it when he was static. Like he was like, the reason Sam Sulek works is because he's always in motion. He's either lifting something in the gym, or he's driving somewhere. He's never parked talking, and if he is, it's only for. It's also his voice. He keeps it low, and it's kind of bassy inside a car, so it's almost like he's in a studio. I don't know, but there's some sort of. The allure is like he'll drop wisdom nuggets, and they're targeted towards like an objective that people are trying to reach, which is a fitness sort of hack. And so it's a predictable sort of like wisdom piece. And for us, it's like, you know, we're artists and we're creatives. Our wisdom nuggets are related to how can we keep going and find ever-going motivation, having changed and the world changing and us adapting, and like using our past experience and people that are trending to like find a way that works for us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
But
I just said a
also,
lot
like-
without saying anything.
I mean, no. I guess your recent videos, like giving advice, has worked, and your philosophical takes are interesting. I was gonna say, like, until now, had you ever done an advice video?
No, I think advice videos are
Dude,
weird.
you're an artist, bro. What you just
Yeah.
like, what you just showed me, I think you need to do more of that.
I know. I feel like it's more like I'd never wanted to give advice. The only advice I want to give is to my future self. So that's why I made those videos. Was
To your
like
future self?
to my future self. Yeah, it
Oh,
was like
shit.
if I talked
That
to my
actually makes sense. I always thought
Yeah.
of making videos for my past self.
interesting. I mean, yeah, that's a reference point, but it's like it's to my past self, it's to my current self, it's to my future self. It's never to somebody, because the second it becomes to somebody, you become out of touch with reality. You start preaching, and it's weird and annoying. But if it's to yourself, it's organic. It's like, you know, like we talked about, like
Yeah.
making videos for your friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like my closest friend that gets me the most. And if I could talk to myself, like I'm talking to a friend, which is to myself, then I'll find more friends that are similar to me that'll gravitate towards me, and I can easily distinct like who I fuck with, who I don't. And then it's like, okay, if I make a video on an accolade I've reached, then I'll get way more attention, because those are like the people that are observing, that aren't connecting, that aren't the day ones, but like want something from me, or like want to stay connected to maybe have more access to that thing you've achieved. But it's like, I don't know, talking to yourself, you'll attract more of yourself.
That's good, bro. I
Does that
needed
make
that
sense?
because I get stuck in the preachiness. But I think the reason I'm here is because I was giving advice to my former self. Like, I was like picturing
Right,
like
right.
15-year-old me in high school
Exactly.
needed to hear this message right now.
So effective.
And when I look in the lens, it was like, I'm speaking to this. So right now, who am I even talking to? I'm like talking to myself now.
Yeah, it's like our current. I think we're mainly talking to our current self.
Yeah.
But we're drawing from our past self, and
Yeah.
we're projecting into our future self, to our
Yeah.
current self, to get to their future self.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just a lot of like who are you talking to?
Yeah,
Regardless.
you know what's so
who
weird,
it
bro?
is, it's like you.
What's so weird?
Hmm.
That's so weird. Is my past self was giving advice to my past self. That's look,
Right.
okay, here we are. So my past self, when I was making videos in college, my audience was of one, and it was from my 15-year-old version of myself in high school. now I'm 27 and I'm looking for advice from my 21-year-old self and my 19-year-old self. I'm looking for advice from them.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was a peak era because there's something magical about like the come up and like all of the experiences are so new to you that the way you're communicating them is so simplified, raw, excited, authentic, full of life, that now there's less, obviously naturally less life, more experience. So there's more to work off of. So we're kind of almost amalgamizing all this information for the next chapter. And I think there's a lot of wisdom that comes out of this phase. You went out into the world, you experienced a lot, and it was all new and fresh. But now the world isn't as new and a little more predictable. It's like, what conclusions can we draw to that we can define as fact based on all the empirical evidence to like not step on that rake and hit ourselves in the face again. And it literally just comes down to, I think, thinking less and just trusting your own intuition and moving forward with your truth.
Oh, dude,
but our truth is so external now that we lose ourselves with the sea of information. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like there's so much, and we want to be a bit of everything we see. We think that has a truth, but those people also think the same thing, but then they just still do it. In the end, you're going to do things your way, but the only way I think to go about it is you see something that inspires you, you recreate it once, but then it becomes yours because everything is free game online. So it's like, what can you take and recreate the formatting of it, but the words are your own. So maybe it's like an MLA 5-paragraph essay, right? But the format's there. You take that format, you put in your own words, and naturally it'll become yours, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, the talking videos, I took the format from someone else. I didn't invent it, but I applied it to the one thing that's unique about me, which is my voice, myself, my ideas, my experience. And then I created a niche, a micro niche, which is self. You know what I mean? And
the micro niche was self?
Yeah, there's no niche that can be, it's like a nano niche because your self-interest, your experiences.
Oh, you mean the niche was you?
The niche is you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, it's like.
Oh, no, I know. Okay.
You take the format, but you have to spin it your own way, which is stuff that other people might not talk about, which is like experiences you've lived through, that you've experienced, that have wisdom. You know what I mean? Ways that you've found epiphanies, like in chapters of your life through crazy, just essentially storytelling, but not fabricating it. You know, you could take research to back it up, like kind of like Iman does. But he's lived through some things he hasn't. But for the most part, people look up to him because he's lived through those things. The best ones. That's probably his most authentic ones. So it's like, how can we use our experience to help others? We do that naturally. But how can we help ourselves? It's like you want to be in service of others, but you also have to be in service of yourself. So if the goal is to inspire others, the best way is to be in service of self. And what is in service of self is finding a dope track and getting dope footage for that track.
You know what? I just had kind of a thought.
It's like a music video of your life.
I think so. It's funny that right now. It's funny that right now we're looking at our videos from 6 years ago to get inspiration about what to make videos about. And again, 6 years ago, we were very focused. It was like, I know who I have to make videos for.
You were super clear.
It was like, I'm making videos for my 15-year-old self. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was 21, who was I watching? I was on the come up. I wanted to look at people that had made it, you know? Or who at least,
and those role models were a lot more. They were a lot more clear back then.
You know who it was for me? It was Yoon Olsen.
Oh yeah,
Dude, he was so dope.
The douchebags guy.
Yeah. Not actually douchebag.
Yeah, the brand.
Brand douchebags.
Yeah.
You know he got divorced from Yanni?
No way.
Yeah. And he has a new girl, and like it's weird.
Wow. It's always weird when you put your life online.
Yeah.
and then you break up.
Yeah.
It's never the same. Happened with Jesse Wells, happened with
Yeah.
my boy Sam too, with Chelsea. Like, it's always like weird.
But I think that
People get used to characters and they don't like new characters. They have to get warmed up to them.
I think it's simple. I think it's just like the thing is, here's the difference is now we don't have to, we've already gotten the emotional fix of like being that guy who filmed the videos and proving that we could come up and build something and grow an audience. We already felt that.
Yeah, we felt that.
So we were motivated by that. So now the motivation emotionally has to come from a different place.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that fear versus love, power versus force thing. It's like we're drawing energy from really what we're chasing, and we talked about this with Tyler earlier, is like we're chasing that feeling of like, fuck, I got to make a video every day. I have to, you know, and like you're in the flow state of making it. Like really right now is the best I've probably felt all night. And like, and we're just like sitting, like talking, making this video, but like the whole kind of energy of this feels sort of right.
If you think about videos, one of, I think every videographer comes across this fear of like losing a moment. And it's like, when you're documenting a moment, you feel safe. You feel like this moment is being preserved in time and I'm not wasting it on these ethereal words that are just like going in the ether, you know? It's like there's some sort of documentation of this moment in my life, this current thought, because situations change so rapidly that you'll never be in the same place twice. So there's like a magic to like the memory capturing, which I lost over time. I stopped caring about memories. I experienced a lot. So it's like I lost like the reason of capturing the memory is, and maybe that's like a moment, that's like why creation is so helpful for mental health. It's like you're transmuting this moment into an everlasting something, and there's like a meaning behind why you do it. I think if we just can connect deeper to what we're experiencing in the moment during that day and expressing that into a documentary format, like video. What are you experiencing right now? I think a sort of like melancholy introspection of like wishing I did more, and documented more, because there's so much I've learned and what came across that I was scared to share because it was incomplete. But that's always the best. Like, look, you have a Leonardo da Vinci book right there, the most incomplete artist in the world and the most fascinating. Facts. Because his incompletions were documented. On some format, in text and art and whatever, but he just kept documenting 24/7 everything, enough to make a fat book like that, we just don't have enough output of documentation that's high level and consistent. It's the high level, like, and we shouldn't be afraid to put out incomplete thoughts and looking like an idiot. Because my buddy told me this. I had this fear of perfectionism of releasing videos, and he was like, whatever you put out will be 90% better than anybody else, even if it's bad. Yeah. Because it's just of the nature of who you are and like your work. Yeah, I feel like. So I think we just need to lower the bar, document more, trust ourselves, and like. There's this thing in The Artist's Way, this book by Julia Cameron, The OG Creative Act by Rick Rubin, basically. And she talks about going on an artist date once a week, where you go to a dollar store with $5 and you buy supplies worth those $5, and you just kind of treat your inner child artist. Yeah. And like making a cinematic video, it's not going to hit every time, but if it resonates with you with the song and the imagery, and hits this feeling of like dopeness that's raw and not asking for attention, but garners attention through this like authentic, like, that's the feeling. And you almost feel like you're gonna cry or you're inspired or like whatever. If you can translate that feeling, you're by definition an artist. Yeah. An artist is just a transmuter of current expression into a moment in time, whatever medium that is. And like we need to almost like understand what is an artist to us. It's a word that's loosely tossed around, but I think it's just a person that can transmute feelings. It's not a person that like, why is Alec Monopoly considered like a shitty artist? because the feelings he's communicating are so simplified and stupid. But he is an artist technically, because maybe he is shallow and all about the money. You know, it's in his being. He cares about money. It's his feeling. Yeah, it's a shallow feeling, but it sells because it's a feeling of money. And people get it because they're like, this will manifest me more money. It's an omen. It's a totem that'll remind me that I need to make money. And it's easy and comes effortlessly as a drawing of like a Monopoly man. Like, what are these symbols in our lives that are like repeated?
I think Tyler was very good at this and still is, of course.
Well, his physical wearables remind him that he's an artist. He wears it daily, his own creation. Why do you like, Kanye's clothes? Because he's an artist that creates and wears, and you're wearing like an artist's and you're wearing a feeling that is to create, to not forget that, and you surround yourself with those things. Like this beautiful place, it's a reminder that you can create. It's a space for creation. It's a space for creative minds. It's like these omens that we need to surround ourselves with need to remind us daily that why we're doing this. And it's just to transmute our feelings, to inspire our younger selves, our future selves, which is essentially the entire world. We're all one in different bodies, different situations. You connect with yourself, you connect with the world, you connect to that oneness. I don't know. So much sauce that we just dropped.
Yeah, that's good shit. That's like the answer to our problems. Therapeutic.
It's almost like we need to do these. I really want to do this for myself. I want to get better at speaking. I want to understand my thoughts more. I want to crack more codes. And it's only with these streamlines of consciousness, because typing can't keep up with this brain pattern. You have to slow down your thinking, which has its benefits. But when you speak for long periods of time, you simplify concepts with words and in a way that is so visceral and raw that can actually hit that barrier of like thought transmutation. It's like, I want to do a challenge where I talk on camera for an hour every day on like 1080p, low bit rate, to just get the experience out there. And sometimes you might just strike gold. And you won't even know it.
Absolutely.
This is the only way, bro. So
just have to press record.
You just have to press record, bro. Anytime, like today, had a shoot with my friend. She had to be at a party at 3:20. At 3 o'clock, she told me. I got there at 2 o'clock. We wrote a script for 45 minutes. And we're like, let's fucking scrap the script and let's just make a video communicating the message with no words. And then we went bananas. It took us 2.5 hours. She like missed the surprise and all this shit. And we just went in. And like, same thing. As soon as I could, I hit record. And boom, we started steamrolling. We went down such a rabbit hole from a simplified concept to literally set designing for 45 minutes for one shot.
Dude, pressing record is magic because
fucking magic.
It's what you said too. It's like as soon as you press record, you realize what you're showing the world, and you're like,
you start
wow,
optimizing
I have to make this
better.
optimizing
it. You start thinking. You say a word,
and then as soon as you optimize one thing, you're like, oh, actually, I could add this on, and it's just like this compounding avalanche of like improvement.
We should start a movement called press record. Just press record or something where it's like
I don't think that we should start the movement. I think that we should do it.
Yeah. Well, we should run it for ourselves. Like I'll do a little case study. And then we should bring it into your group, for example. And be like, just press record. And we'll document the changes of how you feel. You know how people do cold shower challenges, 7 days?
Press record challenge.
Press record challenge.
Bro,
for 7
that's
days.
what I used to do every day, dude.
My OG videos where I started getting a following on YouTube in 2015, I would literally take my handy cam, I would press record, and I would talk for 20 fucking minutes. And I would just cut it down. All I knew was how to cut selects, and I would just leave it to 3 to 5 minutes, and that would be the video. And people would love it. And I want to do the same thing. Dude, I'm telling you, there's a magic. That's why Sam Sulek blew up. It's because he does that.
Yeah.
He just talks
Consistency.
for an hour. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if anyone's there. He has a mission to just talk every day, and magic happened.
What would you say are
also
the
has a goal.
dominant emotions you feel toward making videos, like in the past year?
Well, it seems overwhelming. Making videos is difficult with like just the influx and the saturation. It's comparing yourself to your past self and comparing yourself to a sea of internet celebrities and come up young people that are so talented.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, okay, I've been doing this for close to a decade. And like you said, I felt all those things already through video. It's led me down so many doors.
Yeah.
So recently, video has been, I rebuilt my relationship with talking. So that was about like 4 months ago. I found a new format and I recreated what it means to make videos, which is finding a new way to express how I feel. So now it's exciting, but when it comes to me making a video, it's this convoluted mess where I have a high standard. I don't have the time to edit it. So I'm like, why would I record another video? And dude, a video could be made, it could be filmed in 30 minutes. The editing is different, but it always feels good when you start making a video. Because if you start, you're going to finish it. It always feels good. What doesn't feel good is the thought of making a video and not making the fucking video.
Yeah.
So if you can like make a challenge to just record yourself every day and don't even think about editing it, like that first Tokyo video I made, I sat on it for 2 months, but I filmed it. And then I knew it was gold because I wasn't thinking about editing it. I was just thinking about documenting it so it's there in case I wanted to.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, that was my best video.
Yeah, documenting it so it's there in case you wanted to is a good thought too. Bro, I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah,
I think we should maybe record. Yeah.
Let's do this tomorrow with like a better setup. But like,
Yeah. Oh fuck.
oh damn.
That's actually sick.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I pressed.
Yeah.
The problem with going and making videos is like, why am I making videos? What's in it for me?
Yeah.
Like, why am I putting myself through this
Right.
process? Right. And I think the most authentic and easiest and intuitive way to go about it is to I think it's to like do what interests you, but it's also like there's an element of like outside influence, but it's like it has to be. Yeah, I think if you just naturally transmute your emotions and have a guideline for those of like, okay, like if I'm feeling under the weather, if I'm feeling sad, it could be something like directed more long term. If I'm feeling more good, it's more short term because I have more energy. So I don't know, it has to be like, again, like transmuted through your current state of emotions, and you use those as a guide based on like what kind of content you want to make. I don't know. Or it has to be like something like a mission.
Yeah.
Like a brand. Like what is, like for me recently, I started like teaching people how to make videos out of like necessity for them. Like it's almost like a reluctance that I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But it's coming out of a necessity because so many people need it. So I'm kind of like stepping up to the call, like hero's journey style. I'm like, okay, like I need to do this to serve others. And if you follow this like base, like what was like Sam Ovens had a thing where he was like, he wanted to teach like, I don't know.
Sam Ovens is GOAT, bro.
Like, or was it someone else? But they, you know, some of them have like a mission statement where they want to change like 1 million people's lives.
No, his thing was to educate every human on Earth or something like that.
Yeah. There's like some sort of like, exactly, and that's why he can scale so hard naturally, because his mission statement is so raw and authentic, and it just extends in everything he does. There's no like the money will come if your mission is true. And, you know, you get so swallowed up in time that you just have to raise your prices because you literally don't have time to help everybody. Like, you can with free knowledge, but how do you compartmentalize?
I found it so interesting. We were kind of flowing on that idea of, like, just that version of ourselves that was in, like, we were so committed to like making content, or at least I was.
Yeah, you were so clear.
Committed to making content for 15-year-old me. And now I'm like, yo, 20-year-old Arlin, it's 27-year-old Arlin. What do we do here?
Yeah, how do I get back to that?
Also, like,
give me some
expanding on that is like, I was thinking about this. This is what I was thinking about when I woke up. Like, right now, am I making a video for my 20-year-old self? Like, is that what it needs to be? But then I'm thinking, like, my 20-year-old self, like, yeah, I was watching Yoon Olsen. I was watching, like, successful entrepreneurs. But there wasn't, like, a dire need for, like, help. My 15-year-old kid, me, needed some fucking help. 20-year-old me was, like, that's who I'm, like, I want to be like.
Yeah. No, like, I think because, look, I think our foundation, I think first of all, I think the world has changed, and then I think we have changed. But I think what was beautiful back then as a culture and like an intrinsic motivator.
This is a good flow. I'm not going to park yet.
Of why we were making content was we were chasing freedom.
Yeah.
We were chasing freedom for sure back then. Like, it was less about money. We had enough to get by, but the freedom made it so enticing and special and enigmatic, like, and magnetizing. But now the world, and that was like Yoon Olsen and Sam Colder and everyone back then was chasing freedom, and everyone else was chasing freedom because that was like the magic. It was like YouTube wasn't really ingrained enough into culture where you could, like, there's a select few making a living off of it in social media, or still special and gate kept. Now it's not gate kept. Now everyone's doing it, and everyone's telling you to do it. So now everyone's chasing money and optimization and scalability and consistency. Where before it was more pure. The people that were doing it consistently were having fun doing it. Now it's stressful because if you're doing it, you're expecting results, you're expecting money, you're expecting scalability, you're expecting optimization because these tools are available. So you feel like if you're not optimizing, you're fucking up. If you're not optimizing, you're like, why am I doing it? And then everyone around you is like, ugh. Life keeps going, and it seems a lot more stressful. And we're not chasing freedom anymore. We're chasing scalability and like automation and all these things, and it's just not the same.
Dude, I do remember though, like, I wrote it down on I had a goal card, and it was like the old Napoleon Hill goal card thing. It was like, by December 31st, 2019, I will have 10 million YouTube subscribers waking up every day to watch my YouTube videos. And it was like 10 million, you know?
Wow.
I was like actually motivated by that.
Wow.
Now when I write numbers like that, I just feel kind of dumb.
I know. I know. I set my goals too small as well. I was always, well, like in a weird way.
No, sorry. I
settled for 100K, which was safe for me. And I should have went just a little bit more, but not too big. Because 10 million is a lot. But like 1 million, that's manageable to a certain extent. That's enough juice for a minute.
It's such a fucking funny problem because it's like...
Then when you get to 1 million, you stop.
Yeah.
But like, I would love to get to 1 million. I'd be pretty content. I always thought I was content with 100K. I was wrong.
Yeah. You know what I think it also is? I think it's... This is something that I can admire about my 21-year-old self is like just making the videos even if I didn't want to. Because, dude, it's what you said last night. It's just press record.
Just press record.
That's all it is. It's like you don't have to think about it, and then the magic just kind of unfolds without you having to control it.
Do you listen to a lot of music recently, like these days?
Yeah.
Because music is a big part of like when I would make a
Oh
video.
my god, dude.
I'd really want to use a song.
Yeah.
There's like a tether there. And recently I haven't been listening to like dope music that I could incorporate into my videos. I'm listening to music that I think is cool to listen to, but it doesn't really have that cinematic impact.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
know
almost
it, bro.
like if I load up on some good tracks.
I agree, but I don't know, dude. I mean,
I don't know, it would help maybe. Because like first thing you need to do when you edit is there's going to be at least 2 to 3 sequences for a YouTube video where you need to add like a track.
Yeah.
But yeah, also I think it's just like keeping your camera on a tripod with a mic ready to go, and yeah, just press record more often with no expectations.
Yeah.
And then, if you could be excited, and the trick is right after you finish shooting enough is to drag it into Final Cut and just start editing right there.
Yeah.
And try to crank it out as fast as possible. And I don't know, like maybe you could film something super dope and you could like sit on it. But yeah, I think the magic is like not moving the camera. I think keeping it on a tripod static is like the move. I think, and like that guy filming in his car, he could probably put his phone in like this thing.
Yeah.
And like got himself driving, you know what I mean?
Not like this.
Yeah, and then you
This, and then, bro, you don't even have to trust.
Oh,
Fuck this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do one of those like influencer videos where we like, and then we run back. Hold the man. My friend just sent me this, and she's like, "This girl is like the female version of you," where she's just like.
Yo, so my epiphany. When I was 19, because I started my YouTube and I tried like every business when I was 18, and then when I was 19, I was like, oh, I should just make fucking videos. Because my dad's a photographer, I had a camera in my hand. I was like, yo, I just gotta make videos. And actually, Justin Escalona, I saw what he was doing, and he was posting YouTube videos like, I just made $1,000 in 1 hour, like selling merch and shit. I was like, yo, that's crazy. So I was like, yo, I'm just gonna make videos. Like, I'm just gonna make videos. And I was scared. I was like, what are people gonna think of me? What, like, I wasn't really worried about, I was actually like, there's a very small chance that this goes anywhere. But at least I'm in film school. All these fucking losers around me are not making films, and I'm gonna make films.
Yeah,
and
they're
I'm gonna get good
the program to do it for them.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get better at editing. I'm gonna get better at storytelling. I'm gonna get better at cinematography, and I'm gonna get better at talking to the camera, which is an incredible skill. And I'm gonna get all that. That's what I'm gonna get. And then I was just afraid, and it was like 6 months of me being afraid to post on YouTube. And just like, I couldn't do it. And then one day, I think actually what happened was I tweeted Gary Vee. It was something like this. I like tweeted Gary Vee, and I was like, hey Gary, should I post quality content or quantity? And he responds, do both. And I go,
wow.
And then I just went and I started posting every day. And I remember the 7th day in, I was like, yo, this is too much, so exhausting. And this guy, my friend, his name was Kyle, he was like, bro, you're fucking good at this. You can't stop. And I was like, I can't. And I just went harder. And I did 30 days. In 30 days, I went from 11 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers in 30 days. And that was huge. And then 5,000 within 6 months. And so my point of bringing that up is just like, why wasn't I making videos? It was fear. But the fear is different than the fear now. The fear, it's still fear. The reason we aren't making videos is fear.
Back then.
Now we're not afraid of talking on the camera and looking stupid on the internet. What we're afraid of is the videos not being interesting. I think that's my core fear. It's like, I'm going to make this video and I'm not even going to be interested in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not afraid of what people think of the video. It's more like, are people actually going to find this interesting? Are they going to resonate? And I think where you're on with it is era of authenticity, because authenticity is always interesting.
It's always interesting. If you could get into that state of hype, like, you know, you're going to say some profound shit, but you're going to say it with conviction. You're not going to say it monotone. You're not going to be doing it for the video. You're going to be like, this is a fact that I've confirmed, and this is how it is. This is like empirical evidence. You know, you can have your, it's just,
dude, even if the,
it's doubling down on your beliefs.
Even if like the belief that you have is like what we're talking about now, like in my opinion, and again, I'm a little hyped off coffee at this current moment, but I felt like just what we're doing right now just feels kind of right. And it's better than not doing it and talking about it. And it's authentic. It's like, this is just how we're feeling.
It's like, we're going to talk about this shit anyway. If you have the space for it, you might as well document it and play it back, because it's going to want to make you make more and make it better. One of the most exciting parts for me about making videos is color grading it. Because it's always this, I have a general idea of how it's going to look, but it's the first thing I do is I throw in an adjustment. Oh, by the way, I got to give you my LUTs. I think they'll...
Let me affiliate that shit.
I think they'll help. Yeah. Oh my Lord. Let's go back. We'll film some more stuff.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to use them, and then your world will change if you throw me a little. I need to put them on Shopify because the affiliate thing. Yo, I just got cleared to go to Envision Festival.
Yo, that's
my proposal cleared.
Oh fuck.
Oh my god, I was just waiting on that proposal. It's so hype.
Yeah, fuck, we need something in front.
This man is nice. This man helps. Basically, like, I've talked to beginners about their problems, and when they just have no fundamentals, it's so frustrating because I have to educate them on these basic ass available resources that they have no education on. And it's the worst. It's not enjoyable. It's not fun. I need you to have a base level, at least some sort of editing, at least iMovie, at least CapCut, please, for the love of God. Like,
competency. It's just competency.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, Val, how do I...
You need some work. You need to do some work on your own.
How do I split the clip? Dude, like, just fucking type in the help bar. Like,
no, like, but there is almost like, let's say you're a competent, dope individual and you're my friend. And I want to help you, and you have this burning desire to do it, then I'll compromise, and I'll be like, I'll be patient and walk you through, like that guy who saw me texting. He was just like, what tripod do I get? What mic do I use? Like, blah, blah, all these questions. And I realized I just start like I give him the sauce, but then I start having all these epiphanies of like, okay, he has a little bit of a foundation in Premiere, like the smallest amount. But I'm like, here's auto captions, here's scene edit detection, and these little things. And he couldn't even retain those things, but he's like, I'm going to hit you back up when I get to that stage. So here's like the beginning thing. So there almost needs to be a checklist, like an intro resource where it's like, read this shit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then we can get to the next phase. So I need to...
Were you guys going to wear this?
Well, my birthday's on Thursday and I turn 24. So, and I'm born on February 8th, so 2/8. 24, which is Gianna, Kobe, and Kobe's all their numbers.
It's like everything's aligning.
Exactly. All right, this one's, no, I don't need that.
So like
I asked about the video too.
my requests don't seem that insane.
No, it's very actually straightforward.
And they also seem pretty high impact to the point where if they just did it, they'd have a very happy customer.
Yeah. These aren't just like little small cosmetic updates. I mean, this is like real business impacting stuff.
Yeah.
So should definitely fix it.
Like, I asked for this 4 months ago.
Yeah. Why not just
And I'll
switch
actually-
over to like a different provider? Are you locked in with them?
I'm not locked into anything, but aside from this thing, like, it works good, you know? And like, I don't have many more requests. You know, I just think if we can just get this to even.
Yeah, I mean, if everything else works, it's just this last little tweak, then it's just gonna
People love it. Like, the feedback is great. I have had like no complaints.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if it's not broke.
Don't fix. But I just want this one little thing,
Yeah.
and they just don't respond. Take a selfie.
It seems like something that can be knocked out within a week.
That's what you said. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
And you went to Cape Town and get stuck in the vortex.
Yeah, dude. But I really do want to work on this.
And imagine, like, we partner on this,
Yeah.
and it just goes crazy, and we make $2.5 million in a day. That's like, I'm just like, let's.
There's not like a crypto component to this, is there?
No.
Airdrops.
No. But the way it would work is like they make their first vision thing, and then it says shuffle for $3 or $2.
Shuffle.
Like you can redo the thing,
Oh yeah.
and then it does it again, and then it does it again, and it's like boom, buy a 20 pack, buy a 50 pack, buy a 100 pack.
Yeah.
And you can do it this many times. You just keep refreshing.
That could be sick. Yeah. So that's the monetization strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then look, share vision board.
Yeah.
And like, look at the way gone through design. Dude, I'm telling you, my best videos ever are when I don't pre-write anything, and I like, usually what I do is I meditate for like 10 minutes, and I just kind of wait until I'm like, my mind is like screaming at me to like talk about something, and then when I turn on, it just flows.
Yeah. I like
Because
that.
dude, I've made so many videos, and I've been talking on camera and shit like this every day for like 7 years. So it just flows, like it just flows.
No, that's good. That's good.
It's just like tapping into that frequency of like,
Yeah.
who am I actually talking to?
Exactly. I think it's people that just want to make more money. Like everyone's kind of like could use more guidance. Everyone's looking for guidance because there's so much a sea of information. So it's like, I think it would be helpful for you, just like as a logistical like note, to drop like a little credibility piece from your people.
Yeah.
Why are they listening to you? It's like, yeah, you have a cool location, but like maybe that'll help sometimes. Like, what's the elevator pitch? Like, my name is Arlin.
I think that, I
What's
mean,
an accolade you could quickly?
I do think the
Yeah.
credibility is just being here.
Yeah, like that one guy had that.
Yeah, you didn't
But-
have, he was like, I used to play video games.
Yeah,
but-
so like maybe another good thing to mention, just like storytelling principle 101 is like make your characters like hell. Nobody likes the perfect character.
Mm.
So maybe you should talk about some sort of vices that you've went through at like some point in your life to like start a video. Like, you know, I used to be super
You're right.
like, what are your, like, you're too perfect. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta drop some like real shit. Like, it doesn't matter because it's not like you don't have the answers now. You didn't have the answers and you figured them out. And how did you do that? You were in a room with like your buddy who was a workaholic. You worked for 12 hours a day, and it was a lot of self-development. It was a lot of learning, and you're basically fast forwarding these people with all of the hacks you've learned, all of the knowledge you've accumulated that they might not have time for it because they're busy. We're doing 9 to 5 jobs.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like the hack. You're like the hack giver. You know, you're the
hash slinging slasher.
You're the shortcut dasher. The hash slinging slasher.
The hash slinging, the glass slinging,
The hash
slasher.
You gotta give some context as to like why you're credible for this, and it doesn't have to be a financial thing. You know, it has to be like some sort of like what flaw did you overcome? Like when I was 18, you know, I wanted this life, and now I have it. Like how did I get there? You know?
That's a really good angle.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great
And
angle.
how did I get this fucking place?
That's a super good
Who am
angle.
I?
That's a super good. That's
And then I'll be intrigued. I'll be like, yeah, I want to know. That's why I watched your podcast. What's it you do?
Which podcast did you watch?
It's the one that you kept cutting up on Opus.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. When I was 18,
Just like
I wanted this life.
Yeah, I wanted this life, and now I have it.
And now,
How did I get here?
here's how I realistically got here.
Just give
That's
us-
a really
just
good
give us
video.
some advice.
Yeah.
Like brainstorming on a flow.
Bro, how does this guy get 102,000 Twitter followers on an app that no one even knows what it does, and it's unreleased? And he made $2.5 million.
I think he's a genius.
He is.
Or-
It's retarded.
He's
Wait, what?
He's doing something right.
Explain. The app has 1,000 followers.
100,000.
You don't think
He
so?
made.
When did he launch this?
He made $2.5 million. This is an MGL guy. He
Uh-huh.
launched it.
What is this bags app? What do they do? They sell bags.
Okay, so he's so good at psychology and virality. This Twitter account started. It's all hype. It's like creatality type hype. It's like coming soon. And then it just says bags and it has a money thing. Psychology is like, I want money.
I want money.
I want bags.
bags.
Okay. And then you go here, members, so you can become a member. And it just like immediately is like share my link, okay? And you make commission on everyone you get to sign up. It costs $127 to be a member, and you make 20% of that $127. So you make like $30 or so per sign up.
Entertainment model.
Something like that. But no one knows exactly what the app
Hustle
is.
University.
Unless you buy it.
The app is not out yet.
It's not a release?
No. And they got 15,000 purchases in a week.
It's so absurd.
Yeah.
It's fucking clever as fuck.
Is there like a white paper or like anything that describes
No.
it? No.
The only thing that people know.
Bro,
It's just a big green.
That's the
one.
whole-
Dude, I didn't even
That's
know what
the
I didn't
whole-
even know what this dashboard meant until
Yeah.
I was trying to explain it to you. It just feels like what he created was it makes me feel
It's straight up
like I'm gonna make money.
Yeah, it's like some NFT shit where like you never really know what the fuck you're getting. You just know price go up.
Yeah.
Number go up, baby.
And it's communicating that feeling. But what it actually is it's going to be a group. You'll understand this. So you know how for all crypto NFTs and coins, if you want to get access to the member-only Discord channel, you have to connect your wallet to some third-party integration that gives you access to the channels on Discord.
Yeah.
This is just a messaging app where you connect your wallet and then it sees what you have in your wallet and it opens up the channels that you have access to. Not on Discord, on Bags.
Yeah.
So Bags is its own message.
It's like a
Yes.
service.
It's like a premium Discord community server.
Yeah, but it's not Discord, it's its own thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I
It's
wonder
just
if
like,
they built it from scratch or if they white labeled some other messaging service.
it usually starts like a white label.
Yeah.
At least for a prototype, like an MVP. And
Imagine it's just like Slack.
It's kind of like his life. It's autobiography, so it's his life story, and he tells what it was like growing up in India, getting into meditation and yoga, meeting his guru for the first time, getting deeper and deeper into meditation. Like one of the most interesting chapters initially is when. So there's a few things I'll recount for you. So one, when he was a boy, his mom gave him an assignment to go like by foot to like go to this town to I forget, it was like to get some food or something. Yeah. But they didn't have any money.
Wait, did I go too far?
No, you're good.
Okay.
It's called Two Penniless Boys Go to Brindaban is the chapter.
Okay.
And him and his brother go, and he's like kind of getting into meditation. He's like, I know that like you don't have money, but Divine Mother will provide for us. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it'll just
Divine Mother being like the universe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, bro, like, yeah, they go and like things happen, and like just when they're about to like starve or not starve or whatever, they get food. Like someone offers them to stay, in their place. Like it always is just, it's like an unraveling
So
of like
attracting like positive outcomes.
Yeah, and it kind of inspires you because like
in your own life, you're like, man, like if only, like this is why I'm really fascinated with it now, because with like Tyler and Val and myself too, I'm like, man, I just want to make videos and focus on Maxi, but like I have to make money, and it's like if I read this book and it's like, well, just focus on what kind of your heart wants you to do, and you'll be provided for, you know. So anyway,
it's really cool.
So then there's another chapter that's super interesting where he's meditating and he has his guru. His guru's name is Sri Tesfar.
Yeah.
And he's meditating, and he's like in his head, and like his thoughts are intrusive, and you know he can't like stop thinking.
Yeah.
And his guru notices him, like he can tell his guru is like super like divinely connected, and he can see he's not meditating right. And he's like, Yogananda, you know, what are you doing? And he's like, Master, I'm meditating. He's like all agitated, and he's like, no, you're not. Like I can tell, you know, you're running through your thoughts. I can read your mind.
Yeah.
And his master like comes up to him and like touches him on the chest.
Yeah.
And he describes what happened when his master like just touched him.
Touched his soul.
And he said like it's called an experience in cosmic consciousness. It's kind of how people describe like a DMT trip, where like everything, like his whole perception just expanded, and and like so it's just time and time, like every chapter is like some insane divine experience, and yeah, it's just like really fascinating. Really fascinating.
I need to read it.
I would you don't have to read the whole thing either. I haven't even read the whole thing. You kind of just open it up and read like what interests you. But it's super interesting, bro, I'm telling you.
And it's like a complete autobiography of his life, his experiences.
Yeah. Like coming to the West, he talks about founding that place. Yeah. It's super cool. And
you've read Eckhart Tolle too, right?
Oh yeah. Oh dude,
does that
by the way,
resonate with you?
Yeah, have you read Eckhart?
Yeah.
There's a retreat that I'm going to.
Yeah.
It's $3,800. It's in May. It's in Huntington Beach.
Okay.
It's at the start of April. Marcel.
Nice.
Yo. What's up, stud?
Yo. Where you at?
I'm pulling into Erewhon with my buddy Ryan.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Are you back?
Yes.
I was gonna ask you for a question.
Okay. Hit me.
It's left field though.
Okay.
This watch I actually bought with Iman in London. I don't know. All right, let's dive in. So now that I'm credible and you're listening, I'm going to give you my shortcuts. So first of all, of course, there's no like real shortcuts, but there's mindset shifts. There's definitely things that can. There are shortcuts. What am I saying? There definitely are. But there's also just like it's more so like mental shortcuts, because you waste a lot of time thinking the wrong way. And let's start with the girl thing. So I also think that I can be a good mentor in this space, because there are a lot of people giving advice in this space that I actually don't really agree with, who I respect, but I don't agree with. And so I think, let's talk girls for a second. So the shortcut I would say is like, stop trying to optimize for as many casual sex partners as possible. It's stupid. You could have a kid with the wrong person. You can contract sexually transmitted diseases. You can build a chemical and spiritual bond with someone that isn't a good match for you. Don't do it. You don't need practice. When you find the right girl, hopefully she doesn't have tons of practice, so she won't even know what a practiced guy is like. It'll be easy. It'll be simple. You don't have to be a stallion when you meet the right girl. So just don't participate in casual sex. I don't recommend it. Go on dates. Go on a lot of dates. Make yourself a successful, powerful man. But looking back, I wish I didn't do the casual sex thing. It's only causes pain.
And pain is good for growth. So, if you've already done that, like, repent and believe the gospel. But, it's just not worth it. One thing I also wish I knew about girls when I was 18 is like the girls that I didn't have a chance with when I was 18 don't have a chance with me now. And I don't know if that like even matters. I don't think it does. But it's just something that I kind of wish I knew back then. It probably would have just amped me up a little bit more. And to be honest, I don't even think I didn't have a chance with them. I think I just thought I didn't have a chance. And I was also very insecure and like optimizing for casual sex. And the girl that's actually good sees right through that. Like a girl that's good sees right through your fucking bones when you're just trying to like hit and leave. And she won't allow that. But if you are transparent and honest and like a loyal person at your core, you can get a really amazing girl much sooner than you think. I don't think you need the finances necessarily. I think the best girls will start with you before you have anything. I've seen these girls. I know these girls. They've been with my friends before they had anything, and now they're doing extremely well. And they'll build with you. They will, contrary to the red pill space, because I've seen it, like I've seen it before my eyes. So that's girls and stuff. The second one is network. So right now, as I said, all my friends are like super successful, millionaires, multimillionaires, creative geniuses. The biggest thing that I think helped me level up my network was really just, it was focusing on myself and putting the blinders on to what people that weren't being creative were saying and thinking about me. Like I wish maybe perhaps I stuck with my broke creative friends who were also trying to do what I was doing. And I wish I searched for them more and found more of them, because those friends are so valuable. Like the friends that are also pursuing cool shit on the internet, cool shit in the world in general, that are being creative and they're doing what you're doing, whatever that might be for you, you will be friends with them a decade later. I look at like a friend of mine, his name's Tony. And we were friends when I posted, he reached out to me after like the second video I ever posted on this channel like 8 years ago. You can, by the way, on this channel, if you go, there's a folder playlist called Archives, like old 2016 videos, that shows, like if you click on that playlist, you'll see from the start, all the videos from the start, especially if you're new here. So you see I've been doing this a long time. And you can see a lot of phases. And Tony was there from the start, and like now he's directing J. Cole videos and Drake videos. And he was so bad back then, so bad. And he'll admit it. But like those friends, they will stay with you because they're on the same frequency and the same like roadmap that you're on. Whereas to be honest, the friends that I was hanging out with in college, like even just a little bit, I don't hang out with them anymore at all. And it's not that I don't love them and I don't cherish those memories. It's just that you stick with the people, and the best relationships that you'll have are the ones that knew you when you had nothing. I will say, the people that you probably see right now that are doing well on social media, that that are maybe around your age, that are cool, and you're like, oh man, I'd love to meet them one day. You will meet them. You will find a way to cross paths. You'll meet in Bali or Mykonos or Barcelona. You'll meet somewhere along the path. So that's like a cool thing too. Like I've literally probably met, when I was 18, 19, 20, looking at people on social media, I've met all those people. All of them. And I think that's just cool to know. Money. Okay, so making money, the number one thing, shortcut, and I guess this isn't really a surprise, but it's just to hear it from my mouth, is investing in courses, mentorships, masterminds, events. I've spent several $100,000s on my personal development, and every dollar has come back tenfold. That's just the truth. I remember the first course I bought was maybe a couple $100, bought several of those, Then I bought a $2,000 course. I learned so much from that one. That was a Sam Ovens program, who doesn't really make content anymore, but he's OG. There was a $5,000, 2-call per week mastermind I joined that changed my life. There was a $50,000 one-on-one that I bought that changed my life. I bought several like $25,000 masterminds, $15,000 events. There's a huge ROI from investing in yourself. And financially, that's the best way to do it. You want to make more money, invest more money in yourself. It's that simple. Branding yourself on social media can be the difference of making millions of dollars a year or not. It can be the difference between having everything I just listed, having everything I just listed, like the girls, the money, the relationships, all of that stuff for me came because I was consistent posting on social media that you're watching right now. And I don't think I realized the power of it, like how actually powerful it was. I would also say pay very careful attention. I would also say pay very careful attention to the platforms themselves and like how they're shifting, because I started on YouTube. Then my main channel was Instagram. And I didn't really realize it, but I started making a lot of money on Instagram. And so the platforms change. You have to be prepared, and you have to brand yourself very well. I have actually a branding course that's $97 a month, and I'm going to raise the price. It's kind of like a good little intro to the stuff that I have available. It has worksheets and all that kind of stuff. There's a community. It's on school. I'll drop the link below. You'll probably end up buying it. And then and what I'd recommend is you just join my mastermind mentorship group. The price will continue to go up. So you should DM me on Instagram. My Instagram's at Arlin if you want to get in on that. And I know you probably want to do, because you're probably eager to invest in yourself. One thing I'll say about investing is I have personally literally gone broke to invest in programs, and I made every dollar back, and I've seen guys do it in my program, so I can't recommend it enough. The shortcuts that I can give you, the time that I can save you, especially compared to like a lot of the other stuff on the internet. There's a lot of great mentors, people selling courses on the internet, but I'm telling you, just from the bottom of my heart, I have some really good shit. I have some of the best paid content that you can buy. And hit me up on Instagram if you want it. And there's calls, you interact with me, it's good shit. Number 5 is providing for family. I think the one thing I wish I knew more of when I was younger, 18, 19, 20, is no matter how much money you make, the most important thing that your parents will care about is how much time you give them, not how much money you give them. It's not how much money you give them, it's how much time you give them. So if your mom wants to hang out and spend the day with you, don't tell her you have to work because you need to pay for something for her. You're doing it for her. Go hang out with her. Spend time with her. If your dad wants to do a trip with you a couple times a year, go hang out with your dad. Spend time with your dad, spend time with your mom, spend time with your cousins. Just do that, okay? That is really more important than any amount of money you could ever give to anyone. And yeah, time is just, it's the most valuable asset there is. That's why making and watching these videos, to be honest, and like being in mentorships and masterminds is valuable as well, because it saves you time. When you're trying to figure it all out yourself, you talk to someone who's done it and you just pay them, and then you learn and you get the answer faster. So that's it. Any questions you guys have about any of those 5 topics, girls, branding yourself on social media, networking with high-level people, making money, family, comment below. Happy to help. This is, to be completely transparent, the reason I'm a little tired is because this is like the 3rd time I've filmed this video, but I guess it's all meant to be. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.